Let's get woken up. So we're going to start in mountain pose today. There's so much room. It's so nice. Starting in our mountain pose, coming to the tops of our mats. So your feet can be together or maybe like one fist apart. Just starting to settle into your mat. Feeling all four corners of your feet connected towards the ground. Tailbone is slightly tucked under. Shoulders are down. Starting to get just nice and comfy and cozy in our mountain pose on our mats here. Reaching the fingertips down towards the floor. If you want, you can close your eyes, or you can just soften your gaze in the side wall, starting to come into the breath. Noticing the inhale and the exhale. As you exhale, reaching the fingertips down towards the floor. As you inhale, pulling that energy up from the soles of the feet through the strong, engaged legs. Coming into the breath, allowing our focus to settle in this present moment. Tucking the chin in just slightly to help bring the crown of the head up towards the sky, feeling the length in the spine. One more big inhale. And exhale. Next inhale, sweep the arms up on either side, reaching up to extended mountain, reaching up towards the sky, reach really, really tall. Exhale, falling over towards the right. One big inhale here, opening up the side body. You can put one hand on your hip for support if that feels better. Opening up the chest, nice big inhale. Exhaling, shoulders down. Inhale up to center. Other side, exhale. Over towards the left. Feeling that nice big stretch. Exhaling the shoulders down. Inhale up to center, reaching up towards the sky, a little bit of an open arm twist. As you exhale, we're going to twist the heart over towards that right side wall. So bring that left hand up towards the front. Right arm goes towards the back. Hips stay square towards the front. Big inhale. Exhale, open up in the twist. Inhale, back up to center, reaching up to extended mountain. Other side, exhale to the twist. Open towards the left. Shoulders stay down. Big inhale. Big exhale, dropping those shoulders. Inhale, back up to center. Little bit of a back bend. Exhale to forward fold. Bending the knees if you like, as much or as little as you need. Our first forward fold of the day might feel a little bit creaky, and that's okay. Pull the belly button in towards the spine as you send the tailbone up towards the sky. Heart space reaching towards that back wall. Crown of the head falling down towards the floor. You can nod your head yes, shake your head no. Those hands can go wherever is comfortable. It might be back behind the calves, maybe in ragdoll, nodding the head yes, shaking the head no. Opening up some of that space in the back side of the body. The next inhale, you can release those arms, bend the knees, start to slowly rise up, all the way up to extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweeping up, extended mountain. Exhale to side bend. Inhale up to center. Exhale, side bend, other side. Inhale back up to center, open arm twist with the exhale. Inhaling up to center. Exhale, open arm twist to the other side. Inhaling to center. A little bit of a back bend. Exhale to forward fold. Resting here once again. If you want, you can alternate bending one knee and the other. Gently opening up the calves, the hamstrings. Just letting that heart space reach towards those knees, towards those thighs. Feeling that chest relax towards the legs. Bending the knees, inhale, slowly rise up. Extended mountain all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Start to flow through our Sun A series, moving with your breath at your own pace. Inhaling, arms up, extended mountain. Exhale, bending the knees, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift, hands come to shins. Exhaling to forward fold. Plant the hands, inhale, step back to plank. Shoulders and wrists in line. You can bring those knees down to the mat if you like. Exhale, lower on down towards the floor. High to low push up through our chaturanga. Inhaling up to baby cobra. Tucking the toes, exhale back, downward facing dog. Resting here for a couple breaths. You can walk your dog, pedaling those heels. Shoulders staying down away from the ears. Heart pressing towards that back wall once again. Feeling all 10 fingers pressing in towards the mat. Feeling that energy through your hands, up through your tailbone. The energy through the soles of your feet, up through your tailbone as well. On the next exhale, walk the feet up towards the hands for a forward fold once again. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, sweeping up to extended mountain, coming all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. You can start to move at your own pace. If you want to move faster or slower than me, just with your own breath, go for it. Inhaling up to extended mountain. And our forward fold, you can always bend those knees as much as you like. Coming up to our flat back, feeling that long, tall spine from tailbone to crown of your head. Back into your forward fold, planting those hands, stepping back to plank. You can always stay on those feet or those knees, whichever one feels better. As you lower down, high to low push up, core stays strong. Coming up to baby cobra or upward facing dog as you're ready. And back to our downward facing dog for a couple of breaths. Resting here. Starting to feel those calves and hammies open up just a little bit more. Feeling the upper body warming up just a little more. On the next exhale, bringing those feet up towards the hands for our forward fold. Coming back up through halfway lift. Shoulders staying down. And then sweeping all the way up, extended mountain. One more time through our Sun A. Inhaling up, reaching up towards the sky. Bending the knees to forward fold. Coming up to our flat back. Exhaling back down to forward fold. Inhaling to step back to plank. A nice flat straight line. Exhaling down high to low. Inhaling up, upward facing dog. Exhaling back to down dog. And resting here. We're hanging out here for a little bit. Walking the dog, paddling those heels. This time, if you want, you can jump those feet With the exhale, jump the feet up to your forward fold, as long as you're landing softly. Or you can walk the feet on up as well. Inhaling up to our flat back. Exhaling back down to forward fold. Inhaling to sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhaling, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to go through our sun A, but then pause in our down dog to add some extra fun stuff. So you can start to go through the flow at your own pace, and then we'll meet in down dog and go from there. Settling into our downward facing dog. Those palms are like suction cups on the floor. So press the fingers into the mat, sort of raises up the palm of your hand. Shoulders are away from the ears, tailbone reaching up towards the sky. Starting to put your weight more into that right foot. Left foot starts to lift up off the floor for three-legged dog. Pressing evenly into both hands. Just opening up in that hip. If you like, you can bend that top leg. As you inhale, feeling all that energy rising up through your spine. As you exhale, the shoulders away from the ears, maybe opening up into that hip just a little bit more. Inhale, reaching that knee or that foot all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, swinging the knee on through in between the hands for Pigeon Pose. Sitting up nice and tall, keeping the hips square towards the floor. The back leg can be bent if you want. Inhale up nice and tall. Exhale, start to fall forward into your Pigeon Pose. That front foot is staying flexed. You can play around with whatever angle you need in this pose to really make this feel nice on the back of that front knee. So maybe you need to scoot your foot out just a little bit. Maybe you need to bring it in towards the hips a little closer. It's all up to you. Resting here for a few breaths. Noticing in your body any parts that are starting to tighten up as you rest here in this pose. Notice where you're finding more space, where is feeling like it's not open to that space, and send your breath. Releasing the jaw. Your next inhale, walk the hands back on up to center. If you like, you can sort of scooch on over to one side, bend that back foot. We're going to find a little bit of a mermaid pose. So bending that back foot, I'll turn to the side so you can see maybe a little better here. You can stay up on those hips or with your hips square to the floor, or if it's more comfortable, you can sort of fall to one side or the other. But you can grab that foot with that right hand. If you want to find a little bit deeper mermaid pose, you can bring the top of your foot to the crook of your elbow. And then if you want to go full on mermaid, you can aim for that bind. However, if that makes you start to like crunch over and not feel good, then don't do it. So the point is to be opening up that heart space, opening up that quad, opening up that front hip. So keep that breath coming. Nice big inhale and exhale. The next exhale, let's gently release that back foot. Plant those hands back on the mat, tuck the back toe. We're going to inhale our way all the way back up to three-legged dog. So reaching that left leg up towards the sky, really pressing that heel. And then exhale back into your downward facing dog. You can flow through our vinyasa here if you like, rolling up through plank, going through our high to low push-up, and then all the way up to our upward facing dog. Or you can rest in down dog. if that's feeling better today. But we're all going to meet in our downward facing dog here. Putting a little bit more of your weight into the other foot this time. And then allowing the other leg to start to gently rise up, reaching up towards the sky for three-legged dog. Big inhale, reaching the heel towards the sky. If you want, you can exhale and find a little more space by bending that top knee. If that doesn't feel good, then don't do it. That's the name of the game in our practice today. Only do what's feeling right in your body for right now. Pressing evenly through those hands, feeling that inhale and exhale, traveling up and down the spine, all the way up through that open hip. One more big inhale to reach up towards the sky, and exhale, swing on through, bringing the knee between the hands. Pigeon on this side, keeping that front foot flexed. Big inhale to sit on up. And if you want, exhale, start to walk on forward. Noticing if this side feels a little different than the first side. You can notice, honor, and acknowledge without making a judgment. On the next inhale, let's walk our hands back on up to center. Finding mermaid pose on this side. So bending that back foot on up to start opening up that quad. So once again, you can keep those hips square, or you can sort of roll over onto that front hip if you like. You can look for that foot going into the crook of the elbow or not. Y'all know what I'm going to say. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. So just sit and breathe. Breathing in to those hips, into the quad, shoulders are down, heart space open. I'm just helping stretch out everyone's quads for all those turkey trots tomorrow, right? I rock the trot. Yep. Opening up across the heart space with that inhale. Sending the exhale to wherever might feel tight. One more big inhale. And then exhale, gently release that back foot. Planting the hands. Once again, tucking the back toe, inhaling up to three-legged dog. One more time. And then exhale back to downward facing dog. A couple of breaths here. Walking the dog once more. Paddling those heels. Noticing the space you've opened up. Notice the areas that may have tightened up. And then exhaling down to child's pose. You can have your knees together or knees wide. Walking those fingertips forward. Resting in our child's pose for just a moment. Coming back to our breath, bringing our focus back to our mats. Inhale, walk the hands back on up to center. Let's bring the knees together. Camel pose, hooray. Sitting up on the knees. You can tuck the toes under. Inhale up nice and tall. And you can bring your palms or your hands to the small of your back. And exhale, start to press those hips forward. Shoulders are down, opening up that heart space towards the sky. You can bring one hand to one heel and just open up in camel pose this way. You can have both hands on both heels, or you can keep your hands on the small of your back. As you exhale, the shoulders down away from the ears. Inhale and open up the heart, squeezing the back side of the body to press those hips forward. Always coming back to the breath. If you have hands on your heels, let's gently bring them back to the small of your back as you inhale. Come back up to center and exhale to rabbit pose, bringing your hands to the mat, bringing the top of your head towards the mat, tucking the chin in and arching that back up towards the sky. Just like we were reaching our heart space up towards the sky, let's reach and arch that back on up. This is our counter pose to that really, really big back bend in camel pose. We have our nice little compression here. You can play around with this pose as much as you like, enjoying that feeling of the crown of your head, getting a little bit of that love in our inversion here. Shoulders staying down, but you can play around with moving forward and back and see how it feels best. Be nice and gentle on those necks, friends. Inhale, slowly rise on up to center. Camel pose one more time. Inhaling up nice and tall. Hands to the small of your back and exhale. If you had one hand on one heel, let's find the other hand to the other heel. You can keep both hands in the small of your back as you press forward, or bring both feet. Hands to both heels. There you go. Sending the hips forward, sending the heart skyward. Let's inhale, come back on up out of that pose, slowly and gently bringing the hands back to the small of the back. And exhale forward into our rabbit pose. Getting all the lovely benefits of an inversion without doing headstand or shoulder stand. Being gentle and listening to your body and what your body might be telling you here. If this isn't feeling good, you can always just find a child's pose instead. On the next inhale, gently come on back up to center. Let's tuck those toes under for a little bit of broken toe pose. I'll turn to the side so you can see, tucking the toes under and starting to bring your weight back onto those feet. Really helps open up those arches, finding all that space there. This can feel really intense as well. So you can play around with moving forward and back into this pose to help stretch open the soles of the feet. Those feet do so much work for us. And lots of times we forget to show them the love that they need. So you can play around with moving forward and back. And then let's come on back up to center. We're going to swing the knees around to one side or the other for a quick little twist. So in our half Lord of the Fishes, we're going to bring one knee down towards the mat. Other sole of the foot stops either in front of the shin, or you can hook it on over. If hooking that foot over causes your tailbone to rise up, then unhook, all right? So feeling the tailbone connected towards the earth, sitting up nice and tall as you inhale, and exhale. Start to twist towards that top knee. If an open twist feels better, you can twist the same direction. But if you want to find a little bit more leverage, you can take that elbow to the outside of the knee, inhaling up nice and tall, and exhaling into the twist. Inhale to find length. Exhale to notice if you can find just a little bit more twist. One more big inhale up nice and tall. And exhale, let's unwind. Take that top foot and we're going to stack it on top that other knee. A little bit of fire log here, opening up those hips once again. Keeping both feet flexed, you can have your knees and ankles in line, or you can scooch that foot down just a little bit lower. Inhale up nice and tall, and exhale into a little bit of a forward fold. If it's not comfortable at all to have that foot stacked, you can always bring that top foot to the floor. That works beautifully as well. Releasing in the jaw, releasing the shoulders. You can have both hands on the mat, or you can bring the palms of your hands to the soles of your feet. It's a really nice way to kind of close the circuit, feeling connected and grounded, centered. On the next inhale, gently sit on up. You can walk those hands back into center. Let's switch which leg is on top. So finding fire log on the other side. I like how on this side, like my knee is essentially up here. I have really tight hips. And if that's your case too, it's all right. Just adjust wherever you need that foot to be to really make this pose feel good. Inhale up nice and tall, and exhale into that forward fold. Nice big waves of the inhale and the exhale. Even though we're in a bit of a forward fold, you can still fill up that belly with fresh air and compress in the exhale. I know you're not actually getting oxygen into your stomach, but it's your lungs. It's the idea of the deep breath, right? Inhale, walk the hands back up to center. Let's find the twist over on this side. So take that top leg back on down towards the mat, tucking that bottom knee in. Again, picking your option, having that foot hooked over or not. Inhale up nice and tall. Exhale into the twist. You can use that elbow for leverage once again. Your gaze can land wherever's comfortable. Could be all the way back around that back shoulder, could be on that side wall, could be forward. Wherever your gaze is naturally landing, it's a good place for it to be. Last big inhale. And exhale, gently unwind back to center, finding an easy seat in our crisscross applesauce. Tailbone connected to the earth, sitting up nice and tall. As you inhale all the way up through the spine, crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Exhaling, shoulders down away from the ears. If you like, you can close your eyes and just notice the breath. Or you can soften your gaze. But allow your attention to settle on the breath once again. Releasing the hands down by your hips. Inhaling up, sweeping the arms up. Hands meet up overhead. And as you exhale, bringing the hands back down through center line, opening up the eyes, and bringing hands to heart center. One more big inhale, everyone together. And exhale, open the mouth, let it all go. Friends, the light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. Have an amazing rest of your Wednesday, friends, and a happy Thanksgiving.
And to you too, Kristi.
Thank you, Bill.